The new best jump shots in NBA 2k25 that the best players in the world are using to dominate in Season 3. In this video, I will have 4 to 5 jump shots for every build, for every height, and for every 3-point rating. So no matter what, you will find a jump shot that you absolutely love. And this is coming from a former sweat of the game. Right now, I'm just like y'all. Every time I hop on 2K, I'm just trying to have fun. But when the game first came out, I definitely tried my absolute hardest, which means I had to find the best jump shots in the entire game, so I was never at a disadvantage. But I'm not trying to waste y'all's time, so make sure to drop a like, drop a sub with notifications on if you appreciate me always hooking you up with the best info possible. And let's start with the brand new jump shots that people started using in Season 3. Alright y'all, here we go. This video is gonna be formatted a little weird because first I'm gonna give you the brand new jump shots, because with the season release came 3 new jump shots for each category. So we're gonna cover those first, starting with the 6'4" and under jump shots. The new jump shot for these type of builds is base Cam Thomas, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 Luka Doncic. The release speed is 3/4 and the blending is 65% Robertson, 35% Doncic, and you can use whatever visual cue you like, but for me I always like to go a couple ticks over push. And if you copy this visual cue, your green window is right before your player flicks his wrist, so at the peak of his jump shot right before he flicks his wrist. And this jump shot is incredibly smooth. Now don't get me wrong, Cam Thomas has always been a pretty popular base, but with these 2 specific releases, your visual cue is so easy to read. It's literally at the peak of your jump shot right before you flick your wrist, and this jump shot exaggerates the peak of your jump shot by a couple seconds. So what ends up happening is you can literally see when you're supposed to release the ball, when most jump shots this year are kind of off of memory cue. You get what I'm saying? Usually a lot of the jump shots are off of feel, off of memory, and I'm a memory shooter, but with this jump shot you can literally look at your player and you can see right before he flicks his wrist, he kind of exaggerates his movement, and that's when you want to get your green. Now don't worry, we have a lot more 6'4" and under jump shots, but again, this video is going to be formatted a little weird. Instead of going straight into the other jump shots you can use, we're going to go to our 6'5" to 6'9" builds and cover the new jump shot for them. Alright, so now for our 6'5" to 6'9" builds, probably a base you've never heard before. The new jump shot is base Jalen Tyson, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 Luka Doncic. The release speed is 3/4 release speed, and the blending is 65% Robertson, 35% Luka, and the visual cue is push timing once again. And just in case you skipped to this part of the video, if you copy this visual cue, you want to release the ball right before your player flicks his wrist. So at the peak of his jump shot right before he flicks his wrist, that is your green window. Now when I got put onto this jump shot, I thought people were trolling because I've been playing this game for like 2 months now, pretty much every day almost, and I've actually never heard of Jalen Tyson base. But at the same time, I understand why it's starting to become meta. The jump shot is ridiculously smooth, and just like the 6'4" and under jump shot, its visual cue is super easy to read. Again, the reason we like to do push is because your green window is right before you flick your wrist, and look how exaggerated he is right before he flicks his wrist, bro. It's almost like he stops in midair right before he flicks his wrist to show you where the green window is. Look, terrible dribble move, still a green. Off the catch, no dribble move, still a green. I'm literally looking at my player. I never look at my player usually. I do it off of feel, but these visual cue jump shots that are starting to become meta are really gonna have me looking at my player's release. Y'all let me know in the comments, are you a visual cue type of shooter or are you a memory shooter, like you do it off of feel? Because me and every other 2K, I'm a memory shooter, but this year they're kind of turning me into a visual cue shooter. But yeah, y'all, obviously we're gonna cover other bases like Jarrett Culver and Ben Shepherd, but this is the new jump shot that's been dominating Season 3 for 6'5" to 6'9" builds. So I want to give y'all this one first. And before we get into other jump shots for this build, let's cover the new jump shots for 6'10" and upper big men. And last but not least, the new jump shot for our 6'10" and above builds is base Jonathan Isaac, release 1 Charles Bassey, release 2 David West, and the blending is 70% Bassey, 30% David West, with the release speed being 3/4. And once again, our release timing visual cue is gonna be on push. And if y'all skip to this point in the video, you want to release the ball right before you flick your wrist. That is your green window. So at the peak of your jump shot right before you flick your wrist. Now I know what you're thinking, grinding, everybody knows about Jonathan Isaac, and yes, you are correct. This one is less of a new jump shot that's dominating and more of a, yo, this jump shot is still dominating, so you should probably still use it. But yeah, yo, Jonathan Isaac base is one of the best jump shots in the entire game, and for good reason, bro. It is a super smooth jump shot. I don't even play big often, and it still feels really clean to me. By the way, if y'all don't know what build this is my brand new 7-foot speed boosting stretch big. I dropped a video on it like 2 days ago, bro. I absolutely love this build. I've been loving loving Jonathan Isaac's jump shot on it. I'm not really used to it as much because I don't play big as well as everybody else does. Y'all know me, I'm a point guard at heart, so having a jump shot that's like this easy to time, but that people consider being the best in the entire game is super important to me. I don't have a lot of reps in on big man, so I need to be able to have the best jump shot in the game to offset that disadvantage against other people who main big man. But yeah, Jonathan Isaac just overall feels pretty smooth. And the thing I love most about it is that off the dribble, it still feels really smooth. Hold up, mess the dribble moves up, but here we're gonna do a snatch back here, and we're still gonna shoot it, and we're still gonna green it, bro. Like, you could actually get really crazy with your stretch big. I'm trying to do the blowout dribble here. Wouldn't work, whatever. Snatch bag, no stamina, still green. But yeah, bro, it's just a really good jump shot, and I had to put it in the top 3. Now, y'all, don't worry, that is not the only jump shots we're gonna cover in the video. We actually still have 12 jump shots left, 4 jump shots for each build that we're gonna cover. We're gonna start with 6'4" and under, and we're about to get right into it. But first, this video is sponsored by Underdog. Underdog is always hosting insane specials like this one, where if Luka Doncic scores just 1 point, you can win big. All you have to do is find your favorite players and choose if they're gonna go higher or lower their projected stat. And the more you get right, the more you win. It's that simple. I just made a ton of money on Underdog, and if you sign up today, you can too. So make sure to click the link in the description, sign up for Underdog using code GRINDING, and you will get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Thank you to Underdog for sponsoring this video, and let's get into it, yo. Alright, y'all, here we go. We're starting with 6'4" and under guards first. And the way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna give y'all what I believe to be the best jump shot first, and then after that, we're gonna go in order from highest 3-point rating to lowest 3-point rating. So first, what I believe to be the best jump shot for 6'4" and under guard is base Kyrie Irving, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 D'Anthony Melton. The release speed is 3/4, and the blending is 75% Oscar Robertson, 25% D'Anthony Melton. And then for all these jump shots, the visual cue is up to you, but for pretty much every jump shot, I will always go push. And if y'all don't know the visual cue for push, it's literally right before you flick your wrist. So right at the peak of your jump shot, right before you flick your wrist, that is your green window. Now, y'all know that a lot of my builds are 6'2" and 6'3", and this is the main jump shot I use on every single build. I know it like the back of my hand. Honestly, you will never see me miss in the my court with this jump shot. It's just way too good. It's super quick, but still super easy to time. That's how I love a lot of my jump shots. I love fast jump shots. Even on 3/4 speed, I need them to be fast. I need to get the shot off quick so the defenders can't react. But at the same time, I want it super easy to time because I use high risk, high reward settings. I don't know if y'all use normal risk now. I heard normal risk is really good, but I use high risk, high reward, so I can't afford to mistime my jump shot, so I like easy to time jump shots like this one. And now we're gonna go in order from highest 3-point rating to lowest 3-point rating. So the next jump shot we're gonna talk about is base Stephen Curry, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 Colin Sexton, 3/4 release speed, and the animation blending is 70% Robertson, 30% Colin Sexton. Now, one thing you're gonna notice about this jump shot is that it is super quick, so if you feel the need to go on 2/4 speed instead of 3/4, please feel free. It's not gonna hurt your jump shot at all. It is ridiculously fast. Again, I prefer fast jump shots, so I'm really used to timing things that are as quick as this, but you can see my player's hands shoot up really quick. It's kind of hard to see the visual cue, so it's really a muscle memory type jump shot, but I'm sure if you change it to 2/4 release speed, you could see the visual cue really easy. But even if I'm trying to look at my player like I am now, I'm just waiting till right before I flick my wrist, and then I release it right before he flicks his wrist. It's gonna take some getting used to. It's a really quick jumper. You can see that sometimes I shoot it slightly late, but for the most part, it's automatic green. The next jump shot on the list is another fan favorite, base Allen Iverson, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 D'Anthony Melton, 3/4 release speed, and the blending is 73% Oscar Robertson, 27% D'Anthony Melton. If y'all don't know, or if y'all haven't heard, Allen Iverson is basically the new T-Mac base until T-Mac is released. You can honestly see it if you just look at it. It looks exactly like T-Mac on 2K24, and it's the same premise as T-Mac 2, a slower jump shot, but you can just shoot over heads, so it kind of negates the slowness of the jump shot. It's not ridiculously slow. If you think it's ridiculously slow, you can go on 4/4 and try it there. I like all my jump shots on 3/4 now. It's just easier to time, especially after the shooting buff. But yeah, if you love T-Mac on 2K24 like I did, you should love Allen Iverson. It's just a little too slow for me this year. For some reason, I'm just really tuned for faster jump shots. I don't know why, but not a bad base at all. And then finally, our last jump shot on the list and the lowest rating jump shot shot is actually a starter 4 unlocked jump shot. So if you're not starter 4, just go ahead and skip ahead in the video. You cannot get this jump shot. But if you are, it's base Kevin Porter Jr., release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 D'Anthony Melton, 3 force release speed, and the animation blending is 75% Robertson, 25% D'Anthony Melton. Now, I put this one last, 1 because it's the lowest rating, and 2 because not everybody has it unlocked. But once you unlock it, I do recommend you try KPJ. It's honestly up there in the competitive scene for the best jump shot in the entire game. I don't know why KPJ feels this smooth. It's just ridiculously quick, super easy to time, just like a lot of the other jump shots, but for some reason this jump shot just feels the smoothest in the entire game. It's very quick though, so you're gonna have to pretty much tap the X button. If you want, you could go 2 force release speed. But yeah, this jump shot is basically running the competitive scene right now. This and Patty Mills. Obviously there's been some debate about Patty Mills being trash or good. There's a lot of people that think it's amazing. There's some people that think it's bad. KPJ is pretty much universally loved by every comp player on 2K, so I don't think you can go wrong by putting this jump shot on. But yeah, y'all, that was all these 6'4" and under jump shots. Now let's move on to 6'5" to 6'9". Alright, y'all, now for 6'5" to 6'9" jump shot. And just like last time, we're gonna start with what I believe is the best jump shot possible, which of course is base Jarrett Culver, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 Oscar Robertson, 3 force release speed, and the blending doesn't matter because the releases are the same. And just in case you skipped to this point of the video, most of my jump shots are gonna be on push visual cue. You can choose whatever you like, but I like push, and if you choose push like me, your visual cue is right before you flick your wrist. So at the peak of your jump shot, right before you flick your wrist, that is your green window. And there is a reason why Jarrett Culver is known as the best jump shot in the entire game, bro. One of the smoothest looking jump shots in NBA 2K25, and honestly, it's probably got one of the biggest green windows in the game as well. As y'all know, I'm a small guard enthusiast this year. I barely played on taller guard build, but anytime I do, it's gonna be using this Jarrett Culver jump shot. Really good off catch and shoot, even better off the dribble. Just a super reliable jump shot to put on. Now, once again, going from highest 3-point rating to lowest, the next jump shot on the list is base Ben Shepherd, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 Sadiq Bey. The release speed is 3 force, and the blending is 80% Oscar Robertson, 20% Sadiq Bey. Now, I cannot stress this enough. Do not put on this jump shot if you do not like fast jump shots. Here, I'll do a standstill so you can see what it looks like. A super fast jump shot. You could honestly get away with putting this on 2 force release speed just to slow it down a little bit. But me personally, I love fast jump shots. If you watch the 6'4" and under part, you know that I love fast jump shots. It's just exactly what I'm looking for, especially because I'm the main guard for my team. So I need to be able to quick stop on a dime, and shoot before the defenders can react, especially off a screen or off of ISO, whichever I decide to do for that day. So yeah, Ben Shepherd, if you like quick jump shots, you're gonna love it. If you don't, you're not gonna like it at all, but don't worry, we got some more options. The next jump shot I'm gonna give y'all is if you want to use Jarrett Culver, but you don't have a high enough 3-point rating, here's a lower 3-point rating version, and that is base Jarrett Culver, release 1 Oscar Robertson, release 2 Franz Wagner, 3 force release speed, and the blending is 44% Robertson, 56% Wagner, and you only need an 82 3-point rating or mid-range to get this jump shot. I'm not gonna waste time showing y'all Jarrett Culver base again. It's just that we changed the releases and the blending a little bit to get it a little lower for the people with lower 3-point ratings that want to use Jarrett Culver, because it's probably the best base in the game right now. So instead, we're gonna move on to the last jump shot on the list, which is the lowest 3-point rating required, 78.3 or 78 midi to put on this jump shot, and it's base PJ Washington, release 1 Drew Eubanks, release 2 JaMychal Green, and the release speed is 3 force, and the blending is 70% Eubanks, 30% JaMychal Green. I think the last time I did a jump shot video, I didn't account for people that had a less than 83-point rating, so this time I want to make sure I get y'all right, bro. It is a really good jump shot for the rating. I wouldn't recommend putting this on if you have the ratings to put on any of the other jump shots, but if you only have a 78 3-point rating, then I recommend putting on this jump shot for sure. Super smooth. If you're off the catch, you're never gonna miss it, honestly. Like, this is the first time I've ever put it on, and I'm not gonna miss in here. Off the dribble, let's see how it feels like. I'm just gonna run here, flick up my right stick. Okay, it feels pretty smooth. Let's just do one more to test it out. I'm gonna do a little snatch back, because everyone loves to do that Zach LaVine snatch back. Okay, off the snatch back, it actually feels really smooth. Hold on, I want to try that again. Okay, yeah, off the snatch back, that is just money. All right, so yeah, if you have a 78 3-point rating, this is an alternative you can use. Let me know how y'all like it in the comments below. All right, y'all, that was 6'5" to 6'9" jump shot. Now let's show some love to our 6'10" and over build. All right, y'all, now for our 6'10" and over build. Same thing as before, I'm gonna start with the best jump shot on the list, which is gonna be base Michael Porter Jr., release 1 LaMarcus Aldridge, release 2 Baluba, aka Mike Wang. The release speed is gonna be 3 force, and it's actually gonna be a 50 50 blending. And just in case you skipped to this part of the video, for the most part, we're gonna put all of our jump shots on push visual cue. And the visual cue for push is right before you flick your wrist. So at the peak of your jump shot, right before you flick your wrist, that is where your green window is. Now, not only is this the best jump shot on the list, you actually need a 93-point rating for this jump shot, but it is super worth it if you go for it. Just look how smooth that jump shot is, bro. You literally catch the ball, it's one fluid motion, and it's a green every single time. It's beautiful. Catch and shoot, which is probably what you're gonna be shooting on a 6'10" and up, unless you're running a 6'10" and up ISO build, which if you are, you're just a really skilled 2K player, and I respect you, bro. I couldn't do it myself. 6'10" up ISO just feels weird to me, but if y'all doing it, you can do it. Here, I'm gonna show y'all one off the dribble. Keep in mind that this is a 60 overall build just with the jump shot max, so it's like 67 overall, just so I could show y'all the jump shots. But here, off the dribble, stop and pop, green from deep. Real easy, no badges, no nothing. But mainly, it's gonna be a catch and shoot popper build for most people watching this video, and you can see off the catch, it's super easy. He doesn't even dip the ball, so I don't even think it's possible to get a hitch with this jump shot, which is actually really cool. But I want to see it one more time. Yeah, I don't think I can get a hitch with it. All right, hold on. Let me try moving around and then catching the ball. Do I get a hitch? Nah, he never drops the ball below his waist. Even on my guard, I have that problem, so that's insane. So yeah, yo, this should be a really good jump shot, probably the best on the entire list. The next jump shot on the list is base PJ Washington. Release 1, Chris Bosh. Release 2, LaMarcus Aldridge. You can go either 100% release speed or 3/4 release speed. For this jump shot, I'm going to go 100% release speed. I like my jump shots fast. And the blending is going to be 30% Chris Bosh, 70% LaMarcus Aldridge. For this jump shot, you only need an 84 3-point rating or 84 midi, so I assume that a lot of y'all are actually going to go this jump shot instead because it doesn't require a 90. Again, I'm on 100% release speed, so it's going to look a little quicker than it will if you go 3/4, obviously, but it is very smooth on 100% release speed. There's not a lot of jump shots I would go 100% release speed on in this game, to be honest, but this feels like one of them. Feels very smooth and fluid on 100% release speed. I don't know, it might feel better on 3/4. I haven't tried it. One of y'all should test it out. Before you commit to like either version, 100% or 3/4, try them both and see which one you like better. Obviously, it's still on push regardless, so for the most part, you just wait till you flick your wrist if you're a visual cue timer. I go off muscle memory. I'm not even looking at my player right now. I'm literally looking at the rim, so off muscle memory, 100% release speed feels really good. The next jump shot on the list is a fan favorite base Andre Drummond. Release 1, LaMarcus Aldridge. Release 2, Chris Bosh. I actually use this jump shot on 2 force release speed because it is a very fast jump shot, and the blending is 57% Aldridge, 43% Chris Bosh. And y'all, you only need a 68-3 or 68 midi for this jump shot, and it is a super good jump shot. I'm using this on 2 force. You can honestly get away with upping it to 3/4 if you don't like how slow it is. For this jump shot specifically, I think 2 force is perfect for me, just because I don't know, Andre Drummond base just feels weird to me for the most part. I know a lot of people love it, but for me it feels really off, so that's not my favorite jump shot. But for a lot of people, like a lot of my teammates who run big, they love Andre Drummond, they swear by it. For me, it just feels a little off, so I'm just gonna leave this one for y'all. Y'all can make your judgment if you like Andre Drummond or not. For me, it's not the best, but for a lot of my teammates it is, so I put it on the list. And finally, the last jump shot on the list is base Missy. Release 1, LaMarcus Aldridge. Release 2, LaMarcus Aldridge. 3/4 release speed, and it's actually the only jump shot on the entire list to go on release visual cue, and that's because it is ridiculously quick. Easily the quickest jump shot you're gonna find for a 67 3-point rating, and it's the lowest 3-point rating jump shot required on this list. I want to put this jump shot on the list just because it's like an oddball jump shot. You only need a 67 3-point rating, but look how fast it is, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna try and time this perfectly, honestly. It's like a weird jump shot to get used to because it just happens so quick. That's why we put it on release, but like, man, bro, like, it's a very quick jumper. If you get this down, you might be able to spark right over people's heads because they're not gonna be able to contest you, like, at all. They're never gonna be able to contest you. It feels weird because honestly, I'm on release, so I'm trying to time it for push timing. But yeah, I'm not gonna take too many jump shots. I don't want to get used to release timing, but for release, it's literally right when your player flicks his wrist. So not right before like push, it's right when your player actually flicks his wrist. That's when you release it. But anyways, y'all, that is the best jump shots in the entire game for every single build and every single 3-point rating. If I missed your build for whatever reason, maybe you got like a 53-point inside center build, just let me know and I will try and lab up a jump shot for you in the comments. But anyways, y'all, that's pretty much it for me today. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love you all, and as always, keep grinding.
Ballin', 2K we never be falling. Rachel she never be calling. Still hitting shots while they steady be taunting. Ballin', 2K we never be falling.